The Levite Choir. The Levite choir accompanied the daily sacrificial service with song. An unusual sound was the signal for them to assemble. The clattering of the rake dropped to the floor at the conclusion of the cleaning of the altar. There were about a dozen singers, playing some 9 lyres and 2 harps. The choir conductor held the cymbals and 2 trumpeters stood on either side of him. The children of the singers stood at the foot of the dais. The Levite repertoire consisted mainly of psalms specifically chosen for the particular day of the week or holiday. The public sometimes sang with the choir, such as Psalm 118, when the congregation gathered in the courtyard chanting responsively, "His mercy endures forever." The Levites also accompanied special services with song and music, such as the festival of the drawing of the water on the Feast of Tabernacles, when they stood on the steps leading to the gates of Nicanor to accompany the dancers. Ritual immersion. Ritual immersion bath discovered on Masada. For the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they wash their hands in a special way, holding the tradition of the elders. Mark 7:3. According to the Bible, Leviticus 11 through 17 and Numbers 19, inter alia, after contact with certain foods, vessels, diseases, or bodily emissions, or with idol worship, people entered a state of ritual impurity. This state rendered a person forbidden to perform religious acts. The chief means of ridding oneself or one's vessels of ritual impurity, say Numbers 19 and Leviticus 15, was through immersion in water. During the time of Jesus, people were particularly preoccupied with issues of ritual cleanliness. Mark 7:3-4 reflects this preoccupation. When they, the Pharisees, come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash. And there are many other things which they have received and hold, like the washing of cups, pitchers, copper vessels, and couches. Defilement by contact with the dead was also a concern. In Matthew 22:27, Jesus refers to dead men's bones and all uncleanliness. A ritual immersion pool, known in Hebrew as a mikveh, must contain at least 40 seah, some 85 gallons of water. At least some of the water had to be living water, example, rainwater, river water, or seawater that had not been previously stored in a vessel and was let into the main pool from an adjacent reservoir. Living water was a term Jesus knew well and used in his encounter with the Samaritan woman when he engaged her on the subject of water, John 4. Although later Jewish law would mandate the exact dimensions of the ritual bath, there were many variations in dimensions of baths discovered from the time of Jesus. Some were so shallow that immersion must have been accomplished lying down. Some scholars believe that small pools adjacent to the main pools were used for purifying vessels or for the washing of hands by those who were strictest in their ritual practices. Numerous ritual baths were discovered in Jerusalem near the southern steps to the Temple Mount. Some of these baths, as well as a ritual bath found in Qumran, have a division in the steps, apparently a kind of before and after passage. A reference to this practice may be contained in a 3rd century fragment of an apocryphal gospel known as the Oxyrhynchus Papyri, v. 840. In the passage, Jesus is accused of not immersing before visiting the temple and answers, "I am clean, for I have bathed myself in the pool of David. I have gone down by the one stair and come out of it by the other, and I have put on white garments that are ritually clean, and in that state I have come here and looked upon these holy vessels." This ritual immersion bath is patterned after those discovered in excavations. The round object at the top of the steps may have been for cleaning feet before stepping into the pool. Some baths had smaller basins like the one depicted here, perhaps for the ritual cleansing of vessels, as noted in Mark 7:4. Second Temple era ritual immersions bath near the Temple Mount.